Hello my fellow crafters, welcome back to my channel. My name is David and today I'm going to be making an art journal spread. And I've got this idea, I've got inspiration from a lady from YouTube. I need to start writing these things down because I really can't remember what it was. Because I've been looking at many different YouTubes and I'm going to make a combination of several. So yeah, that being said, I'm just going to play, get my hands dirty. So let's dive in and see what we're going to do, shall we? What I've got here is a stamp of mine that I'm going to be using, the journal dates and months, the CS293. I'm using the Get Into Gear die set and the rounded corner journal page. Well, that's here. And I've created a matte layer to go in there, like so. So that's what we're going to be working on. So, and then this journal is getting really chunky and full. Love it. So that to the side. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to be playing with rusting powder. And that needs some time. So I've prepared that, but I just want to show you how I did it. I'm not sure that's the right way, but look, this is already, I'm going to keep this. Already looking yummy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spritz this with a bit of water. I'm going to take my rusting powder, I put a hole in the top, just close it with a piece of tape. I'm just going to sprinkle some of that powder on. Now this is quite a nasty shape to do that on because it's very thin, but I'm going to grab a pencil and my vinegar. And I'm going to spritz this with vinegar. You can do it with water, but then it takes longer to activate. It's what I've been told, because this is the first time I'm doing this, guys. So if it fails, you will see the fail with me. So I'll post the video anyway. Why not? We'll make it work either way. So just dabbing that on. Just need a tiny bit more on this side. Spritz that with the vinegar. I'm just dabbing it on. If you follow the instructions, they say that you have to use glue to adhere it first. But then I saw several videos where they didn't do it, so I just thought, let's give it a go. Clean off my brush fairly well. There we go. That's that. And this now just needs to activate. By the way, what I forgot to tell you, I just cut it out of some piece of, this is a cream color mixed media paper, which I colored with Rusty Hinge. And on top of that, I've put the rusting powder. So that's what it looks like now. I'm going to put this to the side, and the other ones are already doing it. So I will give them a moment, and then I will show you the result. So, and this I'm going to keep. So that is that. Now we've got a lot to do. So let me get a wiggle on. I'm going to use tea dye, and I'm just going to put that onto my mat. Spritz that with water, and I'm going to color my not my card panel, my journal card thingy. Matte layer, that's the word. The base for my base page, fairly. Now, tea dye is a light color. You can do this with very bright colors, but I want this to be quite muted because there's got to be rusty gears on top. So let me just dry that, put on some more on my mat. Spritz that, break it up, and then do that again, because I really want quite a thick layer on there. There we go, that's better. Because it's a light color, but I do want the intensity of that light color. So that's why I'm building this up. And dry again. And I'm just going to dab that in where I still have some bits and bobs on my desk. Just mop the rest of up, right? I mean, why waste it? Okay, then I'm going to take my spray bottle and I'm just going to spritz that a bit. And let that do its thing for a moment and dry. Now I'm not taking ink off. I want the texture on there, but I don't want light too much white spots. It's bleaching anyway a bit. Yeah, I don't want to take the color off as such. Now I'm drying it completely so that we can do the next step. So next I'm taking this stamp, Artist Journey, and I'm going to use that as a border. So not as your normal word stamp. I'm just going to play with that. Here it is. Just fell off. Now I'm going to stamp with black using VersaFine. Inking that up well and lining it up. So I'm using it as a border towards the corner there. Beautiful. And I will do the same on this side. With the same words. There we go. Beautiful. So I've got a piece of post-it tape here. And I'm going to place on my word here. Just to mask this off. Like so. And I'm going to take this big stamp out. And as you can see, this one is well loved. And I'm just going to pick a corner of that to stamp into my corner. Like so. Then I will take off this masking paper and we've got a nice sharp stamped corner. So let's do the same on this side. Lining it up with the text. I pick what text I want to use somewhere here. It's not that important at all, but I just want to make sure that I've got it right. There we go. Beautiful. Love it when a plan comes together, right? Okay. Nice. So now we've got two corners ready to go. Next I'm going to take my stencil and place it onto my panel, and I'm going to take my distress glaze. Now I'm just going to take a piece of cotton dry foam. You can use your dauber, you can use anything fairly. You can even use your finger, but I don't like the finger feeling with the stencil. And I'm going to grab some of this stuff, just work that into the sponge. Just dabbing that in there. And I'm going to work that through my stencil. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a resist. So I'm going to put another layer over this in a minute of oxide, and the glaze will resist that, I hope. Okay, so you can sort of see it very lightly. Then what I'm going to do is take that same sponge and go over the corner. Make sure there's a layer of this on there. And I love using the glaze over oxides because you see what happens. It changes the look and feel of it, and you see all the yummy layers of that oxide, the pigment ink and the dye ink separation, which is also a fun technique. So it's a combination of many, many different things here. So I think that is on there. So what I want to do next is come in with speckled egg. Spray that a bit with water, and I'm going to dab this in there. Oh, you see that? I love that. The glaze resists the speckled egg. Needs a bit of re-inker, this one, but I will make it work. And here it will resist as well, because we put the glaze over there as well. So let's dry this. And of course it will blend a bit with the oxide underneath. Despite the fact that I've dried it, I don't mind that. I like the look it gives. Maybe I'm just gonna use a bit of Salvage Patina, which is a bit more intense of a blue, just to add in another layer of color. Oh yeah. I mean, Salvage Patina, you gotta love it. Well, I love it. It's one of my favorite colors. There we go. I love that. I'm just gonna take a bit off here. There we go. Okay, I'm taking a clean piece of paper towel, and I'm just gonna lightly buff over this to get off any excess of that glaze. Had to think about that one. But look at that. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. And this you just rinse off under the sink, and in the sink, not under it, in the sink, and it'll be fine. So yeah. So let's have a look at my gears, shall we? So here they are. Now this is the one we just did. You can see it needs a bit more time, but this one really oxidated nicely already. Okay, so now let me think what I'm going to do. So I want one here, smaller one there. I think something like this. And these are spare, that I'm not going to throw away, because they are going to go in my box of things that I want to use later on. Why waste it, right? But I like to have a bit of this flow. So let me start by gluing on some of these. Glue. Now I'm going to use my glue gun, and that has the art glitter glue in it. So I want to place this one bottom and touching that border. And this one is going to overlap that. And then before I do anything else, I'm going to place this one as well. And again, in the same way. Now I'm still loving these gears. They're so versatile to use, you can use them for anything. Anything. And it's so much fun to see what you guys make with them. Because you guys are so creative. I've seen them on cards, on ATCs, on, well, fairly anything. That's great to see. Okay, that's that. Now, what I want to do before I go on is I want to fold my matte layer in half, just so that I know where the fold is going to be. So I can place these like that. So now this needs to dry. I've got my box of sentiments here. And I'm just gonna dive in and see what I've got in here. I've got loads of different things. I don't want the shiny embossing, gold or silver. Just gonna see what I've got in here. I'm gonna make it work. I've found two that I like. So let me I'm gonna take my long neck scissors and I'm going to trim these off. And I'm going to take my rusty hinge and place these in there, just so that it matches nicely. Love that. Love that. Love that. Love, love, love. Did I say I love it? Okay, let's I do want a black border. So I'm going to take my Sharpie, piece of paper, and just go around like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, let's place that one here. And that one there. Love this. How cool is that? I think I'm going to leave it like that. Of course I'm going to etch it. I can't not etch it. And I'm going to use the new scorched timber for that. With one of these new daubers that I'm loving, because they give me way more control than the bigger ones. Just going around like that. I don't like to do this with black because that's just too hard, but this is really dark and gives it that nice border, or edge I should say. Okay, let's get the journal out. And I want to do that on these last 2 pages. But what I might do, if that's still possible, yes, I'm going to take out this signature, just because, well, that makes it easier to work with. Because otherwise I've got the whole booklet to deal with. Okay, just gonna take a clamp and clamp it right there at the top. Now this one, first I'm going to glue it to this side. What I'm going to do as well is I'm just going to go around the base page with that same color. There we go. And then I'm going to put it back in. Look, here I was playing with the gears as well. And here I was playing with the gears, and here I was playing with the gears. Here I was playing with the gears. You can see I love the gears. And that's also because this journal was made in a time that the Back in Time collection was launched, and that is where these gears are in. So this was the journal I made for the launch, and I just wanted to finish it off fairly. So just a few empty places left. This one I made last week, but it's getting fuller and fuller. Here's some empty space, here an empty space. So I will fill this up step by step, and then this journal is done. So that was it for today. Let me show you the page we made. Here we go. No, here we go. This is the one we made today, and I'm loving it. Let me show you in close up. The crispness of the stamping there, and then that ink smooshing background. And of course the rusty gears. Loving it. So hope you like it too. Give this video a thumbs up. If you do, also consider to subscribe. So speaking is hard. Also consider to subscribe to my channel for more fun videos like this. Thank you for joining me, and I would love to see you for the next one. Thank you. Bye.